My name is Kenny Monday, 1988 Olympic gold medalist, 1989 world champion. This is my semifinal match in the Tbilisi tournament, 1988, against Magomedov. This is my breakdown. When I went to Russia for the first time in 1987, I really hadn't developed to the level to where I felt that I could be a world champion. I wasn't there yet. Going through this tournament just put my mind in a whole different level. I mean, I knew that I had a lot of work to do. And it wasn't just about beating Americans, it was about beating Russians. Back then, it was just Russia. It wasn't like Uzbekistan, it wasn't all these different countries that after the Soviet Union broke up. So everybody's trying to make the Russian team. You know, it's a tough tournament to compete in because all those guys are trying to make their way. I understood, I've got to come back. I've got to come back and win this tournament, you know. And so after '87, when I went home, I trained in a totally different manner. I mean, it really raised my mindset and the things that I had to do to overcome the Russian team.
We are here in the Soviet Union tonight enjoying the folklore dancing prior to wrestling competition between the Soviet and American teams. The American team has already traveled halfway around the world in this three-stop wrestling tour that climaxes this weekend in Tbilisi, the city in the Georgian Republic of the Soviet Union. The United States team has competed in this event uninterrupted since 1971. In that time, 10 American wrestlers have claimed their fame by winning the Tbilisi title. The Tbilisi tournament stands at the apex of wrestling tournaments as far as toughness to win for the American wrestlers. The field is stacked with 5 to 8 Russians, the dominant wrestling nation in the world. 6 other Soviet bloc countries, including Bulgaria and Mongolia, also have full teams entered, creating a tough row to hoe for an American to reach the finals.
This tournament was something that, man, I could see some Americans were never the same after this tour. I mean, the conditions were tough, it was cold, you couldn't eat after 7 o'clock. If you watch these matches, you never really even sweat. It was still kind of cold in the gym. No hot water in the hotels, so your showers were all cold. The food wasn't great, and so sometimes you had to the guys brought hot plates, and the workout room it was hard to sweat, you know, because even trying to make weight was very difficult because there was no hot rooms. And to try to stay focused on wrestling. The year before, Dave beat Magomedov in the finals, so he had some history with him. This year, Dave decided to go. He wasn't competing. Give me some pointers on how the match went. He was one of the coaches, which I didn't necessarily like, just because I knew he was there and he was kind of scouting. He was still the guy that I needed to beat. It was very difficult because each guy you wrestled was probably 1 or 2 points away from each other. They're all right there close in their level. And so there was no easy matches. It was no easy matches. Every match was tough. The fans love it, and so they're trying to impress their fans as well. The dual meets were like packed. They want to be in that match against the United States.
In the championship match of the A pool, features Kenny Monday and Magomedov in blue from the Soviet Union.
This was a significant match because, for one, this gets me into the finals. It's my semifinal match, right? And I wouldn't have to go back and wrestle in the consolations. He had beaten me the year before, so I knew it was a big match for me. It was a big match for him. There was a lot riding on the line on this match. You see where I shoot my farmer's carry. Okay, but he pulls out. He defends it really well. But then I go back into my underhook, and now I'm looking for my ankle pick from here. First 30 seconds of the match, that's a move that I'm going to try to execute because they're dry and it's the beginning of the match. You notice my tie up here. As I lace my right hand over the top of the shoulder, where it's hard for him to kind of get back to the 2-on-1. And so what I'm trying to set up now is my ankle pick from this position. So I'm gonna throw by. And so I catch the ankle, but he jumps out of it. And I go right into my body lock. And so this was a significant part of the match, right? So right away, I take him to his back off that body lock. I was pissed off because I hit the ankle and he jumped out of it. So he pulls out. I go right to the body. I'm trying to get the pin there because I knew the match should have been over. If he wouldn't have been on the edge of the mat, then I think I would have got the pin because it was a tight body lock. I'm kind of touching his leg just to kind of see the distance if I can get to my single leg. To see if I can get to my underhook. I got technique here. I've got my lateral drop. I got ankle picks. I got snap downs. And so I need to be in this position. This is one of my favorite positions. But then it also comes with risk. And the risk is the arm spin. Dave hit the same arm spin from the same position. And so once he hits it, then I've spent so much time defending it. I knew where to go from here. You see how I spin out. That's a defense that I spent countless hours working. And this time, it was you knew that at some point in the match, you were going to get put down, right? I mean, whether you were stalling or not, or whether they were going to give that guy a chance on top. And so we had to spend a lot of time in parterre. But this is at the end of the period, right? And so I know that I can't get turned. But I want to gauge my distance to see if I can get to my snatch, if I can get to my single leg. Right, and so I knew coming out, in my mind, already thinking, when I come back for the second period, I'm hitting that shot. So now I'm up 4-0. So I'm really starting to kind of control the match. This right here, this shows you how strong he is. He hits a shot, and he's on a double. I get my legs back, and he powers through his double. I don't think anyone has ever done that to me. And I was like, oh man, this guy's strong. And he was strong. And he powers out of this too. I mean, very seldom I get to the body that deep, and guys power out of it. But I didn't need it, right? I had a big lead. He was trying to get to a score. I mean, I dominated this match, and so I knew I've gotten better. The experience from this tournament the year before has given me so much experience and so much knowledge, and I put that time in and I work in, and I come back and I dominate Magomedov here, and I knew I was ready to win.